Good evening, everyone. I hope you're finding a way to stay cool out there. It is hot and it is humid. We have the extreme heat warnings not only the rest of today, but this is going to go on through the week. Extreme heat warnings, Poplar Bluff over to Tiptonville, Union City, and then the heat advisory from Cape Girardeau back to Piedmont. That is for feels like temperatures that are going to be 105 to maybe 110 in some places over the next couple of afternoons. And the problem is even at night, it's going to have a hard time cooling down. We're going to have a hard time getting low temperatures under 80, as you'll see here. In fact, 7 a.m., how about 78 degrees? Maybe not under 80 in at least a few places, especially northeast Arkansas, northwest Tennessee, but upper 70s, near 80 most places. Really uncomfortable. Throughout the day, stay hydrated. Try to stay inside in the AC if that's possible. Any outside work, you want to get that done as soon as possible in the morning. Low 90s by 3 to 5 p.m. Lots of sunshine, but it is going to be so hot and humid. In fact, the latest on your dew points, anytime we see a number that's up near 80 degrees like Poplar Bluff or Murray, 83 in Kennett, that is just unbelievable humidity. The dew point, as you know, measures the amount of humidity we essentially have in the lower atmosphere, and this is just absolutely stunningly uncomfortable across the area. So that's the reason why we have the heat advisories and the heat warnings. The already hot weather with the high dew points makes for heat index levels that are just sky high, 105, 110, heat exhaustion, heat stroke kind of weather. Now on the other side of that, with all the heat and humidity, we'll see clusters of storms kind of going around to the north of us, around the edge of the heat. And there still is some chance that we could have maybe an isolated strong to severe storm here, mainly northern parts of the area, up across Missouri, northern Illinois. But I think really the heat humidity is going to be largely the big stories. In fact, the next 7 days, this is your feels like temp here. It feels like it's 104 to 106 each afternoon. So you really want to take it easy. And you can see there's not a raindrop out there all week. That is the way it's looking, at least. Sorry about that. We head through Sunday afternoon. Your feels like temp 103 Cape Girardeau, 105 Poplar Bluff. Paducah feels like 102, feels like 103 to 105 in most areas. We head through the morning hours on Sunday. 10 a.m. we're already jetting up into the mid 80s, 86 Carbondale. Just a couple of very light showers trying to go to the north, but a pretty good southwest wind. Very high heat is going to make for dangerous heat out there by 8 p.m. we're back down to the upper 80s, but again, the feels like temp's going to be up over 100 to 105 in many places. There are a couple of storms kind of sneaking by to our north and east here. They're going to be way up there across Indiana. I don't think we're going to see any of that rain, or at least not organized rain. If we get anything popping up, it could drop a brief heavy downpour. Of course, plenty of thunder and lightning. Monday, 6 p.m., there it is back up near 90. In fact, your rainfall the next few days, less than 1 inch across mainly southern Illinois, and it looks high and dry in most other places. Now, if we were to get some rain, we could see some localized flooding because the atmosphere is going to be loaded down with tropical air. But the overall global pattern here, the regional pattern the next few days, shows all the wet weather basically up to our north, and we're just sitting in a lot of heat and humidity, and that's going to be the story tonight too. 74 degrees, a few passing clouds, 94, heat advisories, heat warnings, mid-90s, heat index levels hotter. Next several days, low to mid-90s dry, lows mid-70s. Do take it easy.